they'll be calling you a radical. So in delusionary America, where up is down, black is white, wrong. Well, same in Europe. The reality means shit. Reality means nothing. It's all perception. It's all tooth fairy. It's all unicorns. It's Easter bunny. It's fairy tales. Reality means nothing. Nuclear renaissance. Nuclear renaissance. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. I'm so hell of a way to boil water. Kevin Blanche, March 12th, 2011. Hell of a way to boil a plant. I got a great idea, kiddies. I got a really great idea. Let's boil all the Earth's water over and over and over, and that's going to cool down the Earth. And let's ignore nuclear meltdown. See no nuclear energy. Evil. Hear no nuclear energy. Evil. Speak no nuclear energy. Evil. The nuclear energy emperors, they have no fucking clothes. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. I mean, the cartel that's running this country is, well, it's heartbreaking. 30 years of this now. Pop, oh, well, I'm saying 30, 80. Pop, oh, drops. They never stop. So the reality versus the fairy tale, the fantasy that you're all living in. That nuclear energy is clean green, too cheap to meet. The EU comes out, their highest courts. I mean, courts, really? We know how corrupt that all is. The United States Supreme Court is one of the most corrupt institutions in the history of the world. Look at you. They're telling you that nuclear energy now is renewable. Now think about it. I want you to think about that here at the spent fuel pool. So, renewable. Do you know about nuclear waste, how long that it lasts? No answer. Oh, we can refit it. No, they've tried that about 1 billion times. As the professor at Stanford finally says something good, somebody at Stanford, besides Bankman Fried, Elizabeth Holmes. Do you know Elizabeth Holmes and her husband are still running the same scam from prison? For real. I mean, that place should be boarded up. Isn't Teller buried there? The most evil human being, one of them in the history of the planet. He says nuclear energy crashing in slow motion. The only thing they're at is harvesting subsidies. It's a great term, by the way. Subsidy harvesting. Well, that's what it's all about. But it's more than subsidy harvesting. It's subsidy planting, subsidy growing with your money. The special interests in this country, IPAC, the same cult, the likes of Bill Gates, these people's foundations and groups and their evil has become so bloated, so large, that they are our politics now. They are our government. Lord Bezos, Lord Gates, they're our government. And they control politics. They totally dominate. We don't have we have no legislative process. None. Not at the state level, not at the federal level. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. They've completely taken over politics. In the primary process, they start posturing and grooming the CIA. Oh, yeah. Which is Mossad, which is KGB, which is MI6. They're one and the same. They've got control. And there's nobody inside there with any integrity. They're willing to take their own, via cancer. So they completely dominate and control all politics. These are not politicians. These are bootlickers. BB bootlickers. They have total control of politics. They start posturing and grooming these guys in high school, including Blake Moore right over here, who's our congressional. They start posturing and grooming these guys and prop them up. And if they don't like somebody in the Democratic primary, go ask Debbie Wasserman Schultz. They make sure they lose in the primaries. They have total control, 100%, to the point that these bootlickers, they're not politicians, these bootlickers, even at the state level, they don't ask them to vote for anything, they tell them. They write these bills, like the advanced nuclear bill that got through in the United States last year. Bill Gates and Foundation wrote it. Then they tell the bootlicking, ignorant puppet politicians, they don't ask, they tell them what to vote for. And they vote for it, so they plant it, they harvest it, they rip it off, all with your own fucking money. Green. Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. It's the greatest sham in world history. The denial of Fukushima, 4 full core meltdowns, bringing star power to Earth. I've proven it. I've proven it. All of it. I've proven it. In science, we don't do. Well, you do know that they've completely taken over academia. Completely. Copy paste PhDs. You talk about the truth and the reality of nuclear energy on a university as a professor, you're not going to have a job. They'll blackball you. Oh, Kevin Blanche knows. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. So the EU says it's renewable when it's absolutely the opposite of renewable. Up is down, black is white. Wrong is right. What a fucked up place we live in. Well, think about it. My generation grew up watching television. Operation Foxconn News. What a number. Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Colin Powell, what a fucking liar. He knew full well. I mean, life, liberty, firstborn. They're still all in with it. BB and cult members got control. Their number one supremacy tool. What's their number one supremacy tool? You got it, nuclear energy. And by the way, I do not believe in violence. They sure the hell do. Getting cancer is pretty violent, I'm telling you. Being in a bone marrow transplant center sucked up to freaking 119 pounds with no pigment, and you have blisters on your tongue going in and out of a coma with a central line hanging out of your jugular with a lumbar in your freaking spine and in your brain stem. Oh, it's pretty fucking violent. It's really violent. Oh, I know. I've been there. I was just talking about this the other day. I've had open heart surgery twice. I mean, I'm split like a Chinook salmon. I mean, I'm gutted. My scar goes from here to clear to my groin all the way. Twice. I have a pacemaker now. All cancer related. All nuclear related. Still not as painful. And I'm telling you, open heart surgery is no fucking joke, dude. Took me this last one's taken me 2 years to rehab from it. Brutal. It's still not AML leukemia. AML leukemia is so wicked, so painful, so fucking brutal. And it just like goes on and on and on. It's like beyond a war of attrition. So the EU says it's renewable and green. Fuck. I mean, my God. My God. Spent fuel is I like this punk that's all over the fucking internet. He claims he's a professor. Says all the spent fuel in the world, nuclear waste, could fit in a swimming pool. When TEPCO comes right out and says the spent fuel, we're not talking about the core meltdowns. There's 880 tons of it. That's one facility alone, Fukushima, Japan. You know, there's 54 nuclear reactors there. They all have spent fuel. It's fucking shit's everywhere. There's nowhere to put it. It's fucking... That alone should be enough to fucking know nuclear energy, let alone all the meltdowns. Just the ones we know. Fukushima should have been the end. But they have control of media. They have control. And what we have, the problem worldwide, globally, is we have a information crisis. Oh, fuck. We have an integrity crisis. It's like the fairy tale, the unicorn now. Everybody's an SMR. Everybody's an SMR. And when they know full well there's no SMRs. But these companies will fake it. They'll, you know, yay, look at us, blah, blah, blah. And they're all getting rich. You know, we got this. And they know full well they don't have it. But that's what America is. That's not what I can do for my country. Ask what I can loot for my country. Subsidy harvesting. I don't make a living off other people's taxes. Oh, they do. All these, Sam Altman, freaking New Scale, it's all a sham. There are no SMRs. You know, this, I mean, everybody's in the game because it's free money from the government, you, the taxpayer, and they don't have to pay it back. Price Anderson. They got Price Anderson. That's the Immunity Act. On anything nuclear, there's no liability. They don't have to pay. They all know this. Subsidy harvesting. It's a great term. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. Albert Einstein said nuclear energy was the dumbest thing in the history of the planet. Hell, way to boil water. That's all they are. They're water boilers. Oh, we have these ceramic cocoon ones. You still have to get to that process. Next time somebody tells you they're pro nuclear energy, ask them about the centrifuge process. We don't use natural uranium from the earth, uranium-238. We use uranium-235. How do we get that? That is the most nasty, disgusting process on the planet. They're going to re-up it at Paducah, Kentucky. Okay. Ask them how do we do that. Leaves a 98% byproduct. They centrifuge it, they spin it, they hex gas it. It's so nasty. It's the nastiest filter. That's just getting there. That's not talking nuclear waste. That's not talking nuclear meltdowns. You know, I proved that Fukushima is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history, but the reality and the truth means nothing in this country. Well, Europe too. I like how Europe, they'll tell you, you go to Europe, they'll tell you how they've overcome imperialism and colonialism. Gaza proves that they're liars. Clean, green, okay. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. Whoa. Water boilers, great idea. Let's boil all the, the water comes out. You ever seen an intake at a nuclear reactor? They're gigantic. France is having to shut all their nuclear reactors now because the water's too hot. Don't drop your dry gas container. Up is down, black is white, wrong is right. Well, look at the freak show we live in. Very sad, the place we live in. Everybody's paralyzed with political dogma. So freaking, got to keep them separated. That's the plan, right? Make sure they hate each other, left, right. When it's so ridiculous, there's no difference between these two political parties, none. In nuance. Make them hate each other. So sorry, Uncle Albert. Got good weather going here finally. So the EU highest court says nuclear energy is green, clean, renewable. Okay. Don't drop your dry gas container. When the reality is 35-40% of every nuclear reactor in the world post Fukushima is shut down. There's no new ones coming on. It's all a sham. That means nothing. Germans shut down all 20, they're not coming back ever. Japan, 54. Oh, we put a couple back on, and then they had to reshut them down. Even France is shutting them down. Hot Watergate. Taiwan shut them all down. South Korea shut them down. How about the United States? San Onofre, Duane Arnold, 3 Mile Island, Pilgrim, Yankee, Palisades almost shut. Oh, shut down. Oh, they put on one at Vogel. When Trump on bootlicker Rogan himself said, well, nuclear energy is too expensive. $37 billion that reactor cost. One went on. How many went off? Where are you going to put the waste? Here in Utah, the toilet. Utah, Governor Cox is working to be the nuclear hub. Okay, all right. Nuclear hub. We don't use nuclear energy here. If we don't make it, we store the waste. The toilet. It's that time of year, right? $200 years. The European invaders got here. What a number. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. Nuclear energy reality. 35% of all nuclear energy reactors in the world have shut down since 2011. Versus nuclear energy fairy tale lunacy. Clean, green. Oh my God. Renewable. Spent fuel. Centrifuge process. All these new ones. They're cocoon right there. Yeah, it'd be nice if they existed. There's no such thing. Remember in Utah, we were going to have 24 of them by 2019 from NuScale from hell at Idaho. Oh, Idaho National Labs retested again. Idaho National Labs been retested SMR since 1951. They've had multiple accidents up there. How about Santa Susana? That's an SMR in LA. What's that? How about on the White Sea? 8/8/2019, when it killed all the nuclear physicists in Russia. How about in Taiwan just a couple years ago? The fast breeder. And that was France that reported that. All nuclear disasters. And the fallout stays for pretty well forever. Hundreds of thousands of years. Fukushima, the mother of all the nuclear disasters. Clean green. And the EU, I mean, what a fucking... We live in a fairy tale. We live in a fantasy world. Think about what the United States really is. I mean, come on. Oh, things are freaking... What a sham. You ever wonder why Lord Bezos, Lord Gates, Lord Musk, let's call Alex Jones, call it New World Order when it's Old World Order. It's imperialism and their greatest tool, their supremacy tool, nuclear energy. Free money. Free money. Not to mention poison. You. So sorry, Uncle Albert. At some point, all people are just going to start ignoring government. Well, I think they already are. They know it doesn't work. I mean, the political process is completely gone. It's over. And then they create all this, spin everything to make left, right hate each other on social issues. It's disturbing. It's ecology, stupid. Stand tuned.